Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So today we're going to be starting Tina's mass makes. Now I am easily like 150 weeks behind, probably more than that. But you know what, I'm new to this and I just want to give it a go and give it a try. So we're going to start them today. So week 1 or week 101, because she did restart them, is coin envelopes. So I'm going to be making my mass makes in my Secret Garden theme, as some of you will know. And I've got these offcuts here, which I thought would go really nicely with the project. So we're going to use these for my base. Okay. Just checking my paper is straight. It's straight enough. Okie dokie. So this is roughly 6 by 6, I think. It's just an offcut. I'm going to try scoring it at, I don't know whether to try 3.5 or 4. I think I'm going to try 4 inches because I don't like my, where the paper meets, I don't like it to be in the middle because when I do a thumb notch you can see the folds of paper. You'll see what I mean shortly, probably. So yeah, as this video is probably going to show you, mass making does not come easily to me at all. Definitely not. Okay, I'm just going to come just slightly under the 3 mark. You won't see any of the behinds of this, so it doesn't need to be like really nice or anything. Okay, so that is our 2 points meeting, and unfortunately they did meet in the middle, which is what I was trying to avoid, but I think we can get away with that where that is. And then for the bottom, I think I'm going to do 1/2 inch because I don't want to lose too much of the height. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit tricky to see, but we basically want to get like a T shape. So we're going to cut out this section and this section. Now, as you might have guessed, these mass makes are entirely new to me. So while I will try and tell you what I'm doing, please don't think this is a tutorial on how to make coin envelopes. If you would like a tutorial, then check out Tina's original video. I'm just simply giving this whole thing a try, this whole mass making thing a try. Okay, and then that will fold up like so. Which way do I want these? Does it matter? Okay, and then we're going to pop some glue to glue it all up. Oops. My glues have been wreaking havoc on me through the heat wave. Exploding and everything, and I'm sure many of us are the same. Really should remember to put them in the fridge or something, or keep out a wipe for situations like this. But as I say, you don't see the back, or rather the way that I'm making them is I won't, I would glue these down onto my journal pages. I wouldn't you wouldn't see the back, you would just see the front. So I'm going to try and get 3 of these done, and then we will decorate them all at the end. And for that I've got some dies just here, some wildflower dies from Globleland. Okay, so that is our basic coin envelope shape. It's quite tall. How tall is that? Let me just check. I think it's probably like 5.5. Yeah, that's 5.5 tall, which I might want to cut it down a little bit, but we'll wait until we get to decorating. So then I have this one. This one's slightly wider. I think this is just under 7 inches across. Again, they were just scraps. So again, I'm going to do 1.5 inches so I can just see where that takes me. Okay, so we've got just over 5, so if I do it at 3.5, just slightly in from 3.5. There we are, that's good enough for me. I'm not really paying so much attention to measurements or anything, because as you might have realised, maths is not my strong point. Okay, and then 1/2 inch at the bottom again. And then we want to cut off those 2 sections. Yeah, I just thought I would give these mask makes a go, because mask making does not come naturally to me at all. It's not something that I normally do, and I tried mask making before, like I started to follow Tina's videos, and it wasn't working for me initially because I was literally just using up scraps of paper, and I was finding that I would then just not use the pieces because I was, you know, using just scraps of paper, and I didn't have a journal planned in that theme anytime soon, kind of a thing. So it just wasn't working for me. And that's when I realised that actually if I try to approach the mask makes as one particular theme, so in this case, Secret Garden, then it's a good chance for me to try them out, the different pieces, so I can try and learn something new is the point as well. And then from there, I know that I will use the pieces, assuming that they all turn out okay, you know, because they're in a theme that I'm going to be working with sometime soon. That's the point, really. So we have this one with the pretty greens and purples, and then we'll just do the folding and cutting for the next one. So can we remember what I did? I did 1.5 inches, and then I think I folded that over, didn't I? And then I did just shy of 3.5. I think. Let's give it a go. Yep. It's because I don't want them to be too narrow either. You know, at the end of the day, I am using, oh, read that again. I am using my scraps, so I don't want the pockets to be so narrow that you can't fit anything noteworthy in them either. Now with Tina's videos, Tina being the rock star that she is, she didn't have to use a scoreboard. She just folded her bits of paper until she was happy. That just, yeah, for me, it doesn't work. I need some kind of thing to follow, or I need a scoreboard really, because I can't cut and fold in straight lines. It's it's a condition, but you know, we get by, don't we? Okay, just yeah, we'll go that way. Again, you can't see this part, so it doesn't really matter that much. As you can see, if my glue isn't spurting out from being upside down, it's not coming out from being not upside down. Can't really win today, but never mind, we'll get there. Okay. going to give them all a bit of a bone folder, just so that they're nice and flat. And if any glue spurts out, then good chance for that to happen now. Okay. And I did have a practice one here as well, because it would be nice to just get these all decorated up together, really. Okay, so that's that part done. Now I want to pop a thumb notch in them. So they're relatively middle-ish. Just going to change that one. So can you see what I mean? With this one, I went quite far over on this side with my folding of paper. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just here. So when I do the thumb notch, you can't see the folds. I'm not sure if that's going to work for these, because I went over a little bit towards the middle, which is a shame. But it is what it is. You can always line them with some other paper if we don't like it. Yeah, so can you see there, you get the folds of paper, which is not a huge problem, but just for me, I'm not a fan of it. So it would have been nice if I could have figured out what measurements to do where that wasn't the case. Just wondering, these ones are slightly wider. So, excuse me for rustling. I might need to use the bigger punch. We'll just sort of see. Nope, that doesn't go in there, so. Yeah, the mess makes terrify me. I don't know why, but I just feel like it would be a good way to build up stash, you know, quickly, and whatnot. So this one, the top of it doesn't look quite right, so I'm just going to trim a bit off. Okay. Very pretty paper. That's what I'm using. Okay, so I think we can make do with these. So these are the ones that we've got ready to go. So that is as simple as the premise of the coin envelope. So I think this one is good enough to show you. So, you know, you've got your lip at the bottom and you've got your two bits of paper meeting in the middle, or your two folds of paper. I just hope they're straight. I think they look okay. I'm just going to trim a little bit off of that one. My paper wasn't quite in the right place. Okay, so there we go. Those are those. So the way that I want to decorate them is I've got some wildflower dies. These are, or die cuts I should say. I used my Globleland dies to get these. So you can see the pretty wildflower shapes. Because this is a video for my partnership with them as well. Kill two birds with one stone, you know. So I'm going to use those and possibly some words and some laces and things. Okay, let's think. So I've done them in the dies in cream, silver and gold. So we'll just sort of see what works really. The other thing that I didn't think, I've done the thumb notches, but actually I wondered whether we might even want to do some lace or crochet along the top actually. Right, I'm going to go with these ones first. I just want to see what we would think to that. Obviously it would be, we'd have to cut off our thumb notch, wouldn't we? It's not really enough space on that one. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to cut off the thumb notch. And this, my friends, is why mask making is completely alien to me, because I always end up changing my mind when I come to decorating them. That's just something I've always done. I come to decorate and I'm like, oh no, actually I want to do the lace. I just think that would finish it off nicely. I think so. I'm just gonna see, I've got some other lace here, ribbon, crochet. Definitely first thing in the morning, I can't get my my words out. Yeah, I think this one. So where is my glue? Right, now I have to be careful of this beacon because I filled it up yesterday and it might come spurting out really quickly. So I think the idea of the mask makes is you're supposed to go for like 45 minutes, an hour kind of a thing, and the idea is that you get as many done in that time as you can. The difference is that I don't want to just make the bases and leave them not decorated. The reason is that I have a really tough time with embellishing things. I don't know what it is, I can't put my finger on it, but I find that to be the trickiest part, especially if I then have to do a bulk load of things all at once, as opposed to this where it's going to be essentially the same premise of things because we're mask making. And if I can get all of the, you know, embellishments done, so these pieces are just ready to go, then that for me I think will work better. Yeah, okay, so let's pop the flower down. I do like the gold because the paper's got a bit of gold in it, so I do like that. Right, don't squeeze so hard, Justine. There we go. Yeah, so I'm planning on doing these mask makes once per week for the next few months, really. It gives me a chance to build up my stash of Secret Garden ephemera, and I thought it would just be, yeah, a bit of fun. And actually it feels really nice to follow a tutorial and get myself out of my comfort zone with things that I maybe wouldn't make, or I would try to avoid making because I'm a scaredy cat. And I thought this would be a good way to actually, yeah, get me out of my comfort zone and trying new things really. Okay, now I might want to add a word to it, but I'll come back to that if it would just stick down. Yeah. So I've got a different die here, that's how this one came out. Again, I was just using scraps of my card really. Yeah. And I really like how they came out, so that's why I've kept these coin envelopes a little bit longer than maybe I would ordinarily, because I wanted these flowers on there. So I'll put like, these would be good pockets for tags, like long cat tags or pieces of ephemera that you don't want, what's the word? Like moving around as you turn pages, if that makes sense. I just made these with scraps of card, offcuts, left, right and centre. The base is offcuts and the actual flower is from offcuts as well. I just have a folder that's full of, you know, scrap card that I can then dig into. Okay, that's those two. I'm not saying they're finished yet, but again, I just want to have a look at whether we want that lace. I don't know if it makes it feel too boxy. I'm not sure. I think that one we'll keep with a thumb notch because you can't see the folds of paper. And yeah, maybe we try a couple with a thumb notch and a couple without, and then we just sort of see what we think really. So I'm just going to cut the thumb notch off of that one, and we'll give this one pretty lace border. I think it just will change it up a bit as well. Oops. Now, what did I say about the glue? It's going to come spurting out on me. There we go. How are we doing? Not too bad for time, I think. Got plenty of time to decorate them because I am keeping the decorations fairly simple on these really. Because that paper is beautiful and doesn't need much. Okay, I might want a little bit of extra glue, but okay. Right then, what colour do we want here? So I've still got some gold ones. I've also got some pearlescent cream and white ones. That does look quite nice on there, doesn't it? Just see what the silver blends in too much, I think. And then quite like these shapes. I've got some pearlescent one here, so I just want to see what we think to those. But I think it's probably going to be gold. I could even mix and match perhaps. I don't know if we want to have extra flowers on. Let's just sort of see. Not with that one, I think that one's fine. Maybe that. Just want to see. Not too gold together. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, just about. Might need to move them over. I think I put my camera in a slightly different place this morning. So I'm hoping you've been able to see what I've been doing. There is a discount code for the Globleland products if you're interested in, well, anything that I've been using or just other products on their website. It's in the description box down below if you're interested. I think you can get something like $5 off of a $40 purchase, I think. Something like that. Yep. So for this one on the right, I'm just going to use this flower on its own. I don't think it needs anything else. Oops. Okay. Try not to get your fingers all in it. think the card that I used for cutting out the dies was card that I've had in my stash since I first heard about junk journaling, because when I didn't have any supplies whatsoever, I had ordered on eBay. People were doing like craft room clear outs and things, and it allowed me then to get a load of like scrapbooking papers and card and stuff like that, which doesn't come cheap when you buy it new a lot of the time, for just, yeah, bundles of different papers and things. And then, yeah, typically it then ended up, you know, sitting in my stash, not getting used. Which, yeah, happens to me a lot. I don't know about you. What do we think? So them sort of crossed over like that. So we want to get the white one down first. So yeah, this is a pearlescent cream card that I did this one out of. I'm just going to pop it down, see if that helps me a bit. As I say, my glues have just been very temperamental with, I promise, I've been storing them upside down, like I was, you know, some people had commented on my videos to say, oh, you know, you should try this. I promise you I have been doing it, but I'm pretty sure just, yeah, heat and everything has just really been wreaking havoc with them and everything. There we are. Could have really done with getting a tissue out. Okay. Right, come on, glue. You do not like me today, do you? I feel like I'm just concentrating so much on getting this glue out the bottle. It's extraordinary. Okie dokie. Oop. Oh my goodness me. The whole thing is getting stuck to me. Alright everyone, ladies and gentlemen, this is a how not to craft video. It's official. There we go. So yeah, if you would like to tune in every week to see me figuring out these mass makes and making a right pig's meal out of it, then by all means, please do. No, I'm totally kidding. I will, you know, I will get used to them eventually. It's just, you know, learning stuff, new stuff. It's always going to be a bit of a learning curve. But what I'm hoping more than anything is that this will show some of you who maybe have been apprehensive of trying new things, that we all have to learn somewhere, and, you know, it's worth a try, because you might end up making something that you really end up liking, and then maybe it becomes like your go-to piece of ephemera even. Maybe I'll make these pockets again. I mean, they were easy enough-ish to get the base done and everything, aren't they? So anyway, so that's those. So those are the Globleland flowers used on there. Hopefully they're all stuck down okay now. Okay, right then. So I did bring out some words, which maybe we don't want to use them now, I'm not sure. Let's just have a look and see what we think. So that one says, it's cheering promise of returning spring. This one obviously just says flowers. I basically just pulled out a load of words that I thought might work with the theme. Happiness. Got one here, meadow orchids. Now I'm not suggesting these are, probably best not if if you're not sure they're even orchids. I think we'll go with flowers. Promises of good things. Right, tear that one in half. Perhaps. And then we've got adventures, because, you know, adventures in the garden and all of that. Or yeah, I'm not feeling adventures for that one. I've got journey or blossom. I think because that one's much thinner, maybe I don't want a word. See how we feel. So I've got some scraps of lace out as well, because I thought perhaps some of these might want some lace behind them just to help them stand out a bit. So let's see what we think to that. Always good to get a few scraps used up. Got some tea-dyed lace here. Don't know if that might be too much, because obviously we've got quite a lot going off here. Let's just see. Yeah, not the lace for that one, I don't think. I think I would just ink those and stick them down. And then we have this, it's cheering promise of returning spring. Let's see. If we pop that here. Cut it down a bit actually. Yeah. Okay, let's get some ink. I still feel like that one is missing something, but might be that I don't have the right word for it. Might have to do some more looking. Okay. maybe we even want to get a butterfly out. Maybe we do want some butterflies. I have to have a look at that in a minute. Okay, this one. So these are just cut from books or torn from books, these phrases. Books and greeting cards is where I get most of my phrases from. I do occasionally use words that are from a printable, like if I'm after specifically like nature words or something, because it's not often that you get a greeting card that has words about nature in it. But for general sentiments, I wouldn't, I personally wouldn't do that. I would just, yeah, make do with what I've got already here, or I would just print off some of my own words in different fonts, you know. Okay. Quite like that sort of going over the stem at the bottom. So yeah, until I get into the swing of these mess makes, the videos might end up being a little bit on the long side. But it's just, yeah, it's a big learning curve for me to be doing this. So you just have to bear with me for a little bit whilst I yeah, get the hang of things. I feel like that's missing something because it doesn't have any kind of lace on it. So I think with this one I am going to put some lace along the top. So let me just take off my thumb notch. Okay, because otherwise, yeah, for me, I do like the lace on there. Oh dear, not too much glue. There we go. So yeah, I'd love to know, have you been doing Tina's mass makes, or is it something that you would want to give a go? Is mass making not your thing? Yeah, I'd love to know what you think of them. For me, as I say, it just gives me a chance to build up some ephemera, in theory, quickly. But also, for me, it was to get me trying new pockets and new ephemera ideas, because sometimes I can get stuck in a rut where I end up doing the same things over and over again. And although you use different papers, and it does, you know, changes it up quite a bit, doesn't it? I just feel like there's a lot that I haven't been trying, because, you know, maybe I'll watch a video and think, oh, I'm not gonna bother doing that because it looks complicated, or, you know, you just sort of, you can sometimes avoid things if you're not worried, you know, if you're worried how it would go and such like. That's at least, you know, how I've been doing things. So I thought, you know, because it's a challenge I want to complete, it will actually make me do them. Right. Let me just take a moment to see what I think. As I say, I didn't like this one with a word really. So I might want to put some butterflies. Let me just check. Okay, right, got some butterflies. Let's see what we think. Not feeling it on that one. Let's see. Oh yes, I like it there. I've got some purple. Let's just see. Do we want white or purple? I think the white one stood out a bit better there, so I like that. Could do with some different sizes, I think. I don't have many butterflies left. I could do with some other ones. And let's just get that one stuck down because we're sure about it. Isn't that funny? I mean, it might even be because this one has two. Oh, where did I have it? Something like that. This one's got two flowers on it, isn't it? We didn't. Yeah, all the others have only one flower. So maybe that's the thing that changes how we feel about it. Maybe. Keep it up 3D a little bit. So that one, yeah, that one's essentially done. Here you are. We have finished. We finished one pocket. All right, let's figure out these butterflies then, because I'm sure the butterfly is the right thing. You know, I'm sure it is. Just want the placing right. So, what do we think to two butterflies? Cover the flower too much, because they would be kind of buzzing around the flowers, wouldn't they? Could have one upside down even. I've never done an upside down butterfly. Trying to get it so it's like swooping in, I don't know, swooping in to land on the flower or something, but it does look a bit strange. You could do it just coming off. I could do with some different sizes, but yeah, I really don't have very many left. So I've just been having a root around my flowers that I cut out from the Globleland dies. And I actually think I'm going to go with the same one, but I'm going to cut off the bottom of it so that I can bring it down here and have them be different sizing. I think that works. And then I just need to decide whether to put a butterfly on this one. I'm not feeling the purple. It's like a pinky purple, but I'm not feeling it. I feel like for this one I probably need like a really tiny butterfly, to be honest. Okay, And then let's just get this flower on then. Oops. Yeah, I just felt like it was missing something and the words didn't seem right. I might still add a word to it at some point. A short word or a small font or something. But I do like how that looks. The two flowers together then. Something like that. Yeah, and as I say, I might still add more to it. And then this one, I'm thinking a small butterfly would be best. I don't know. I might have to print some more for that one because, yeah, I'm not feeling the blue. Well, not to worry though. We did get, well, we got 2.5 done because I feel like this wants something. Probably a word. I just thought I would bring them in so you can see them all finished. I did add little extras to these two, so we'll show you the first one. So this one we've done completely together. That's how that came out. I think they look really cool, and look, plenty of space for some a tag or ephemera. That's that one. I really like the two flowers there together. This one, you saw me add the second flower, I think, and then I did end up adding a word. Got glue on my hands. I ended up adding this word down here because then I felt like that would just finish it off. Now I do still think that I might add a butterfly to this one eventually, but I need like quite a small butterfly because this one's a much narrower pocket. And then we have this one, which I've just quickly finished off. So I've added these two butterflies, which I didn't originally think I would use blue, but I do feel like it sort of just stands off the page a little bit. And then just down here I've added an offcut of lace. From where I was putting the lace behind the words, I just had this little strip, so I just popped it on there, and I do actually feel like that finishes that off quite nicely then. So there we are. So we made 3 bases together. I think it was these 3. We got 2 fully decorated and 2 sort of half decorated, which I don't think is too bad. I do think the video was probably a little bit long, so I do hope that as I get used to doing these mass makes, I hope that I'll get quicker at them. But at the end of the day, this is a complete and utter learning curve for me, and I just hope that you enjoy watching and following along, and hopefully, fingers crossed, seeing me progress as I get better at making stuff like this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. As I say, I just wanted you to see them all completely finished, and I will obviously put them on the thumbnail and put a picture on Instagram and everything, but that is how they had turned out. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you did enjoy watching and following along. As I say, I'm doing these mass makes every week, once a week, so stay tuned for the next one, I guess. Speak soon then, everyone, and I hope you have a lovely day.